Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the iSplash Retro Kart Series fires things off for round number 9 here in season number 3. That's right, drivers going to tackle the fast 1 mile New Hampshire Motor Speedway for tonight's Lobster 80 laps around this 1 mile track to crown a king of the Northeast. Who's going to get the job done? Rick Raven taking a late race winning move from Mid-Ohio last week. Will he continue the streak of checkered flag runs here in season number 3? Championship starting to get a little bit in shape as we've got the final few races of the season coming your way. Speaking of coming your way, why don't we take a moment and throw those track times up. Qualifying looks a little something like this. Rick Raven, top of the speed charts with the quick time 24:43. Newcomer Mike Zacher will start outside pole position. Bill Smith and Chris Brown and Austin Dabbs rounding out your top 20. Of course, rounding out your top 20, rounding out your top 5. Marcellus Bruning back in the 6th position. Jason Crumley right there in 7th. Robert Love, the only driver yet to put it a time lap. Short field here tonight as drivers missing for the Mother's Day weekend. And we can't blame them, but you got to make those road trips to make mama happy. You got to do what you got to do. So before we get into some of the official business, how you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV Land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, it has fallen silent as Paul Crumry brings his machine out of the paddock and rolls towards pit lane. We'll see if Paul's able to get out there on a time lap, but for the time being, Rick Raven sits top of the speed charts with that 24:46 as the fast time. We mentioned the championship standings coming into tonight's race, and this is how they run down. Rick Raven, 126 points out front. Chris Brown and Marcellus Brooding right there in a very close battle. Second and third might as well include Ryan Freeman in that fourth position, 62 points back. Wade Cheetah also with an opportunity to make up some ground with a handful of races remaining. Bill Smitham, Jason Crumley, Johnny Hamby, Neil Kenny, and Theo Schlerette round out your top 10, and a handful of drivers missing here tonight. Schlerette not in the field. It looks like Freeman not in the field either, so Crumley with an opportunity to gain. Wade Cheetah also not in the field here tonight, so Bill Smith, I'm going to look to grab a handful of positions. And it looks like qualifying is indeed done for. They're going to wave the checkered flag on the qualifying session, and Rick Raven will walk away with the pole position here tonight. So we're going to step trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back trackside as drivers begin to make their way to the starting grid. Pace car will begin to roll. It will get set to roll off here tonight for 80 laps at the 1 mile track here. The Magic Mile New Hampshire Motor Speedway Ice Splash Retro Kart Series rolls off the starting grid. And speaking of starting grid, as you hear the music in the background, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Lobster 80 and win the short field. We'll keep it right here with Rick Raven. Front of the field, inside lane, your pole sitter will bring the field to the green flag. Mike Zachary right beside him with Bill Smitham and Chris Brown back in row number 2. Row number 3 here tonight, Austin Dabbs, followed by Marcellus Bruning. Jason Crumley and Paul Crumry will make up row number 4. Robert Love in the 44, tail end of this field. Quick lineup here tonight, as we're going to have a quick race on our hands. Pace car going to get ready to dunk off, and the music will fade away, and drivers will bring these machines to life for the first time here tonight at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Back onto the front stretch, and away we go. Green flag flies. Here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Zacher gets off to a little bit of a slow start on that outside lane. Here comes Bill Smitham looking to the inside, the 55, looking to take over that second position. As Raven steps away from the field already, Brown and Smitham going to go at it now for third and fourth. Marcellus Bruning right here. The MCI machine. We're going to make things work on the high side. Down there on the bottom, Bill Smitham having a little bit of a rough go getting started here as we complete lap number 1. We'll drop that timing and scoring over to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along, find your favorite driver here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Bill Smitham going to drop 2 positions on the start of tonight's race. Going to drop from 3rd back to 5th. Marcellus Bruning moves from 6th to 4th. And here comes Bruning looking to the inside of that 37 machine, hanging it to the high side. The STP Petty Blue Lotus 79 machine piloted by Chris Brown. The 37 sitting in the final podium position for the time being. Marcellus Bruning looking for a way around. Zacher has stepped away from 3rd and 4th for the moment, trying to reel back in race leader Rick Raven, who has a half a second advantage out of turn 2. Let's take a look at the battle unfolding on track. Marcellus Bruning and Chris Brown still running nose to tail, back off of turn 4, back across the start-finish line. Lap number 4 in our back pocket in the rearview mirror as drivers make their way around the track here on lap number 5. Side-by-side action for that 3rd position. Brown has the advantage heading down into turn number 3, but Bruning with the line. Shorter distance around the track. Bruning gonna slide up just a little bit. Ooh, that got a little close for those 2 drivers battling it out for that 3rd position. Tell you what, we do have a handful of onboard cameras here tonight, so what do you say we go back here and get a look from the driver that has the front seat floor and all? Let's go on board with Bill Smitham. Driver behind the wheel of the Lotus 79 55 machine. Bill Smitham going to turn in the fastest lap last time around, so a lot of speed built into this 55. Just nowhere to really. Oh, we got trouble! We got big trouble now. Drivers involved, big trouble. Marcellus Bruning going to get involved. Oh man, 3-4 drivers may be involved in this incident. Oh my goodness, and with a small field, that's going to shorten the running order a little bit more. Oh my goodness. Mike Zacher going to go around all by himself here. Zacher going to go around. Let's go take a look here and see what happened to this 5. He's going to get down to turn 1 here. There it is, just slow, lazy spin, and nowhere to go for Chris Brown. I think Bill Smitham may have skated by and missed that one, but let's take a look at what happened with the 61 machine of Marcellus Bruning. There you can see Bruning trying to miss it. He's going to go for a slide himself. Keeps it turned out of that guardrail. Does he hit anything? No. Oh my goodness. Ooh-wee. Bruning. Sliding, skating. Avoiding disaster. Big time break here for Bruning. He watched his race flash before his eyes. Oh my goodness. That was close for that 61 machine. He will start, or restart I should say, a little further back in the pack as Chris Brown and Mike Zacher both head to pit road. I would expect those 2 drivers to be on pit road for a little bit of an extended stay after the hard contact. Out of turn number 2, we're under caution for the first time here tonight. Rick Raymond, your pole sitter, continues to show the way. So again, under caution for the first time here tonight, Mike Zacher going to have a little bit of a lazy spin in turns 1 and 2. Nowhere to go for Chris Brown, and he's going to collect some damage on this one, and it looks like that 37 STP Lotus 79 machine is heading back to the hauler, so an early exit here tonight for Brown as Zacher's crew continues to work on his 5 machine. We'll see if the man that started outside pole position can get back out there on track. He's going to be listed several laps down by the time we go back green flag racing, and I would expect for him to fall a handful of more laps down. Still early here tonight, still a long way to go. You never know what may happen. Attrition does tend to catch up with a handful of drivers from time to time, so we'll see if Zacher can overcome adversity early here tonight in the Lobster 80. Quick caution as we get ready to set these drivers loose once again. Out of turn number 4 and on the gas, green flag flies here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway down in turn 1. Rick Raven brings the 6 drivers all on the lead lap here through turns 1 and 2. Everybody chasing after Raven. Smitham with a little bit of an advantage right now over that 3rd place runner Austin Dabbs. Dabbs has made his way into the mix with trouble at the front of the field, bringing out our first caution of the evening. Marcellus Bruning going to get by and make short work of Jason Crumley. That's going to be for that 5th position. Half a second race lead for Rick Raven over Bill Smitham. Austin Dabbs now into 3rd place. Paul Crumry up into the 4th position. Paul will get it right. Like it's second nature, I can promise you that. It's right there. We're just about got it, and just about catching a little bit of looseness out of the tail end of that 1 machine. Looks like Rick Raven still not content to just have that top spot. He's wanting to walk away. Bill Smitham, he is quick tonight. We've seen the 55 have the quickest lap of the race in that opening green flag stint. Quickest lap of the race turned in once again by that 55. He's going to go even quicker, a 24.62. Now, the quick time in race trim belonging to the man sitting in that 2nd position. Austin Dabbs back in 3rd. Paul Crumry right there in 4th. As Bruning and Crumry, they're going to battle for position. Let's go check out this 3rd place battle here. 4th place battle, we do apologize. And Bruning making some moves, looking for that position, but just cannot complete the pass and completely take over that 4th position. So for the time being, Crumry will lead him down into turn number 3. Lap number 16 goes on the board this time by. Flirting with that high side, looks like the Valvoline 88 of Paul Crumry, looking to force Bruning the long way around the racetrack, but Bruning not falling for it, not wanting to go up there and deal with that safer barrier just yet. A little bit early in this run. We'll see if we get the full green flag run. 6 drivers still on the lead lap, 6 drivers still out on track. Rick Raven showing the way front of the field. Unable to shake Bill Smitham sitting back in that 2nd position. We're going to take a little look back off the tail end, looking over the gearbox here of Rick Raven, taking a look back at Bill Smitham in that 55 machine. You can see way back in the distance the 2 of Austin Dabbs. 2.2 second advantage for Dabbs over Crumry. Through 3 and 4 and back across the start-finish line. Continuing to lead the race here tonight, Rick Raven, your pole sitter, looking to dominate. Oh, and Smitham has issues. Bill Smitham with some trouble. Bill Smitham with a lazy slide in 1 and 2. We seen it in the background. Slight contact, it looks like, for that 55. We're going to check the nose, and everything looks. And I promise you, race fans, we've got this for you. We're trying to find out what's going on here. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties with the race feed. To see if we can't get this fixed up and worked out for you. Don't know what the trouble seems to be. Looks like we've got one camera on the fritz right now that's kind of taking over the main feed of everything. And as we work on this, we're going to take a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And we're going to pull the plug on the sponsor commercial. We're going to head back trackside. We do apologize about the technical difficulties. We've got them all ironed up. We've got that camera fixed up, and driver's going to nail that loud pedal and go back. Green flag racing once again here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, heading off into turn number 1. Rick Raven leads the field. Paul Crumry right there in second. Austin Dabbs, Marcellus Bruning, and Jason Crumley round out your top 5. Bill Smitham still out on track, but some heavy damage on that left front has got him off pace. Bill Smitham down a handful of laps after fixing some damage here, and a big moment there by Austin Dabbs. Marcellus Bruning going to dive to the inside here. Look for that race position on the podium. There it is. Third place now belongs to the man front of this field, making his way to the top. Marcellus Bruning going to take over third. From 6th to 3rd, Paul Crumry listed as your biggest mover of the race. We've seen Crumry and Bruning going at it multiple laps before that caution flag. We'll see if those two continue battle, but this time not able to step away. Rick Raven not able to get out to that big advantage, the half a second advantage that we were accustomed to earlier here tonight. It looks like Crumry able to keep pace. Back in that second spot, the 88 machine looking good here tonight from New Hampshire. First through 4th, all lined up, running right here within just about a half a second of each other, and that is just a blink of an eye. If one thing goes wrong, these drivers could find themselves in trouble. As we work our way down the backstretch, lap number 27 on the board, Rick Raven starts to step away. Battle for that second position, Bruning looking to the inside, wheel to wheel for a moment as Crumry slides up the track out of turn 4. That's going to allow Bruning to get a run on the inside. Looking back to the inside once again, they'll go side by side way up high as Chrome Rye Bruning going to use that inside lane slide up and just able to clear him. He's not going to completely close that off. Drifts up just a little bit on turn 3's entry. And he will grab that second spot away. Big moment there for Chrome Rye. Austin Dabbs able to pounce on a position with drivers battling with each other. Dabbs back at the bottom of the racetrack as Bruning moves to second. Dabbs looks for more. Drivers back across the line, 30 laps now on the board. We've got 51 remaining. When will the field make their way down pit road? We'll find out here shortly as they continue this green flag run. Green flag coming out on lap number 21, so we've been green flag racing for 9 laps once again here at the Lobster 180 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. You're watching the iSplash Retro Kart Series. And here it is, Marcellus Bruning, driver behind the wheel of the 61 machine. We've seen Bruning have early issues, missing a catastrophe on the track. Almost turned into a bad scenario for that 61, and here he is a handful of laps later battling for positions in the front of the field, and now looks for that top spot. He's going to run in line right in the tire tracks. Able to cut down on corner exit, get a little bit of a look to the inside of Raven. Will Bruning make the pass this time? Great onboard camera shot. We do appreciate all the guys and girls allowing us to place these cameras all over the cars, all over the tracks. Big shout out to New Hampshire Motor Speedway for allowing us to get some great action shots. Big shout out to all of the drivers and crews allowing all the cameramen to work with them and put some of these great angles out there so we can bring you all the action from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We're going to jump back outside of the car for just a moment as we've got a new race leader at the front of this field for the first time here tonight. We can say new race leader Marcellus Bruning will take over that top spot. Rick Raven now under fire. Austin Dabbs looking to the inside on Raven. Three-tenths of a second advantage for Marcellus Bruning. Shot out of a cannon on this restart. It has made his way all the way to the top spot. Once a 3/10 of a second advantage, Raven able to make up a lot of time and a lot of ground that latest lap around. They'll run Bruning back down. Here comes Dabbs looking for a little bit of a tow, heading down into turn number 3, just a handful of laps away from the halfway point here tonight. And we're going to keep it right here for your driver highlights and spotlights, your mid-race report. Started back in the 6th position. He is now up to first, man behind the wheel of that 61 machine. Marcellus Bruning with the top spot. And just like that, Rick Raven going to go right back to the board. So this is going to get pretty fluid here. So we'll just call him out like we see him. The one of Rick Raven. Fastest driver in the qualifying session, walked away with the pole award. He's led the most laps here tonight. Now back at the point, Rick Raven showing the way. Marcellus Bruning up 4 positions now, settling into that 2nd spot. Bruning started back in 6th, so a good run, almost a big-time moment for him, but he's going to keep this race alive. Marcellus Bruning sits in 2nd. Austin Dabbs making a splash here tonight. The number 2 machine looking good out there, running in the 3rd position. Started from 5th here tonight. Has kept the car clean and kept it out of trouble. And Dabbs is the final driver on the podium as he continues to battle with Marcellus Bruning for that second position. We'll see if they don't swap this lap around. Final two podium positions under contention right now between Marcellus Bruning and Austin Dabbs, and that's going to allow Rick Raven to step out to just about a half a second advantage as we cross the line this time around halfway through tonight's Lobster 80. Paul Crumride right there sitting in that 88 machine. He has been quick here tonight. He has been inside of your top three positions earlier here tonight, but Crumride with a little bit of a lackluster run this green flag cycle. We'll see if Crumride can reel in your top three. Will Smitham going to bring his 55 machine as Jason to pit road as Jason Crumbly rounds out the drivers inside of the top five. The Miller Lite, Shell Benzoil, number 83 machine, kind of all alone right now, 6 seconds back behind Crumley, who's running in fourth. And Crumley may need a little bit of help. He may need to see another caution flag fly here to help his race. So we'll head back to the front of the field with Marcellus Bruning, Austin Dabbs right here running with each other. Paul Crumride beginning to reel in Dabbs for that third and final spot on the podium. And a quick house cleaning here tonight. 9 drivers took to the starting grid. We have still got 5 out there on the track. 5 out there on the lead lap. Bill Smitham back to pit road. We'll see if the 55 can't get himself back out on track, but a little bit of trouble in one of the corners and scraping the outside wall. He may be trying to fix a good bit of damage with these fragile Lotus 79 machines. Oh, and a driver around. Austin Dabbs goes around. Austin Dabbs goes around. We've seen it multiple times here tonight. Drivers losing it down in turns 1 and 2, and Austin Dabbs is going to be our newest a victim on the list here. Let's go. We're back to the splash replay. Down into the corner. Everything seems fine, and then whoop, and around he goes. Hard, heavy impact with that left front. He's going to spin around again and tag the wall one more time. Big damage here. That's going to be a tough one. We're going to go on board for this latest one. Let's check this out. You can hear it all by the time he realized what was going on. The car was already coming around. Not very much that Dabbs could do as Rick Raven brings the field to pit road. So your pit strategy has pretty much laid itself out. Just past the halfway point, Rick Raven going to bring the field down into the pit stalls, and we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Head back trackside for your Lobster 80 right here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. need to tow back to pit lane, press and hold your reset button, and we'll come and get you.
And back trackside, as the pace car lights are off, we're going to get sent to fire things off once again here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We saw moments ago Austin Tabs with a self-spin. He's going to add his name to the list of drivers with trouble in turns 1 and 2 here tonight. And I wonder with just about 31 laps remaining when we take the green flag, if this is going to play into the back of the minds of any of the drivers that are still out there, or are they going to change up the way that they are attacking turn 1? We're going to find out here in a moment. The pace car down and away, off of 4, we roll, and away we go. Green flag flies. Once again, here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, lap number 50 jumps on the board. Raven out to a big advantage this restart. Marcellus Bruning not having a great restart himself. The 61 going to fall behind by just about 0.8 of a second by the time we complete lap number 1 after the restart. Raven looking to open up that gap and walk away into the sunset with yet another checkered flag on season number 3 and pretty much solidify his championship. Here in season number 3, can Raven get it done early in clinch? Here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Marcellus Bruning right there sitting in second with Paul Crumrine rounding out your top 3. Battle beginning to shape up between second and third. We're going to jump back here and watch this battle ensue between Marcellus Bruning and Paul Crumrine. That's going to be for the second and third position. And as these two drivers battle, you got to ask yourself, will it be enough for the 83 of Jason Crumley to make his way up into the picture and into the mix, and possibly have an opportunity to steal a podium position, move to the bottom. Crumrine not able to clear off of 4, but he will beat him back to the line. Paul Crumrine takes the second position at the stripe. Little bit of a struggle on the bottom of the racetrack for that 61 machine, and here it is, fresh tires after the restart, and Rick Raven shot out of a cannon. That one really likes those freshies. Able to stick with it, able to keep his head down and his elbows up behind the wheel of that 88 machine. Paul Crumrine will take the second position away from Marcellus Bruning, who falls back to third. Jason Crumley still running in the 4th position. Bill Smitham back out on track, collecting a handful of laps. We'll see if he can't make some gains by the end of the course tonight. Still a possible top 5 lingering in the air there for Bill Smitham. And if any of these drivers still out on track running have problems like we've seen in turns 1 and 2 here tonight, Smitham may be able to pick up a pretty solid points day. Less than 25 laps remaining, and there you can see Crumrine right in that region, running the line that we've seen have or catch a handful of these drivers out. He's able to keep the car corralled and underneath them as Rick Raven started to run into some lap traffic. Bill Smitham going to stay to the high side. Race leader Rick Raven will make his way around him and down into turn number 3 with no issues. Crumrine running up on the gearbox now, and here it comes. Marcellus Bruning up the high side of the racetrack for Smitham. He's going to keep it out of the way of your podium drivers. We'll cross the line with 22 to go. We'll take a look at the timing scoring once again, and there you can see Bill Smitham multiple laps down. He's going to need some help with one of these drivers in front of him having some major issues coming to the end of tonight's Lobster 80. That's right, 80 laps scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Live right here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway with the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series. Each and every Friday night, get your open wheel. Freaky fast, adrenaline-packed action right here with the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series. If you're looking for a laid-back, open-wheel retro feel, kicking it old school each and every week right here with the Retro Kart Series. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on the web as well at Retro Kart Leagues, and you can also find them on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. With 20 laps to go, a 1.6 second advantage for race leader Rick Raven will cross the line now with just 19 remaining. Battle on track still remains between these two men, Cromwell and Bruning, continuing to go at it, but for the moment, Cromwell able to step away. Trying to see if we can see really any disparities in the lines being utilized by these drivers in these podium positions. Let's take a look. Let's take a ride around the track here with your race leader. I believe we do have an onboard camera shot. Let's take a look right here. Beautiful picture here on the side of Rick Raven's Lotus 79 machine. Not seeing much behind him, but you get to see a little bit of the suspension in action as it will go. Just above the driver's head there, you can see him bouncing, shaking around, heading down the backstretch. Rick Raven leads the field. Back down into turn number 3, we roll the 1. Digging on the bottom of the racetrack. We'll have just 15 to go this time by. 1.6 second advantage for Rick Raven over this man right here, who runs in the second position behind the wheel. That 88 Valvoline Lotus 79 machine, Paul Cromwell, with a good run up 6 positions from where he qualified, so all the way back. Shotgun Sally here tonight, and he's going to make up quite a few points and quite a few positions. Cromwell looking good here from New Hampshire. Up 3 positions here tonight. Battled for the race lead momentarily. Had that race lead, but Bruning gonna falter and fall back through this field. I don't believe there's any tire saving going on. I don't believe there's any fuel saving going on, as everybody to pit road. Just past the halfway point, they should be good to go. Good to roll. And, well, that's why we're not crew chiefs, because we don't like to make those calls. But, you know, with 13 laps, 12 as Rick Raven crossed the line this time by, you know, now, at this point, you got to risk it. We've had a handful of drivers with trouble here tonight. You're going to walk away with a decent finish. You got to try something. You can't continue to do what they do. You can't continue to run where they run. You gotta search. You gotta find some speed. You gotta find a way to cut in to those gaps to improve that position. And we are knocking on the door of the final few laps already here tonight. From New Hampshire Speedway, you're watching the Lobster 80 with the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series. Raven continuing to show the way. Paul Cromwell sitting right there in second. Marcellus Bruning back in third. Jason Crumley in fourth. Bill Smitham trouble here tonight, but still out there on track, turning in some laps. The 55 will walk away with fifth. Austin Dabbs back at the hauler already. Chris Brown, Robert Love, and Mike Zacher all join him in the hospitality area, checking out some great racing action on the big screen. And even though they're comfortable, I'm pretty sure they'd rather be uncomfortable behind the wheel of one of these machines. Rick Raven gonna work his way off of turn number 4, back across the stripe once again. That one will give us just 8 laps left. And we mentioned the point standings coming into tonight's race fans, and I think we're going to have a subtle change in some of the point standings. It looks like Marcellus Brewing should overtake that second position. Bill Smitham may be able to make up a position or two here. So still a lot on the line for a handful of drivers throughout season number 3, but as we cross the line with just 6 to go, Rick Raven dominating fashion here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Let's go check out your race leader down through 3 and 4. Will come to the line and get the 5-finger wave of the boss man in the flag stand. High five, just 5 laps to go here at the Lobster 80. And it just seems like Raven is just glued, almost like an RC car out there. Raven just doesn't seem to do wrong. And with this dominating performance, with the points for the pole position, with the points for leading the most laps, and walking away with the race win. Almost a max points day here tonight for Rick Raven, and this will all but secure that championship. There's still some minor details and I don't want to say requirements, but I believe he's going to have to start and finish inside of the top 10 of at least one of these final few races over the course of the next 3 weeks before we crown a Season 3 champion. And Rick Raven, he has just been the epitome of dominance here in Season number 3 out of turn number 4 and across the stripe. Sickle 6 now on display for race leader Rick Raven with just 2 to go. So with Raven all but securing the season championship with this dominating performance here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the races or the championship standings is going to come down to the best of the rest. Who's going to walk away with that second and third spot in the overall championship standings? I think a big name we're going to have to look out for, not in the field here tonight. I think we are definitely going to have to watch out for Wade Cheetah. Off of the final corner, white flag already in the air, checkered flag flies, and Rick Raven puts another race win in his back pocket. Quick night here in the Northeast for the man behind the wheel of that number 1 machine. Rick Raven will walk away with the top spot. Paul Cromry in second. Marcellus Pruning will finish tonight's Lobster 80 in the third and final podium position. So what a ride, what a job, well done for the man walking away with the race win. Rick Raven puts another in his back pocket. Enjoying a nice little cool down lap, allowing some of the fans in the stands to get themselves some photo opportunities. What a run from Rick Raven. And as we get set to head to the post-race interviews, we're going to take a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside, high above New Hampshire Motor Speedway, we've got the Turn 3 drone cam out there giving us a few of the sights and sounds as the fans begin to stand up and file out of the stands. We're going to get right to it and right into this post-race action. What do you say? We grab a few words and talk to the man that walked away with the final spot on the podium here tonight, finishing in third behind the wheel of that 61 machine. Marcellus is Dave. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I'm going to say, hey, I'm here. A little 2-week hiatus. First and foremost, want to apologize to you and all of the iSplash guys, as well as all the fans. Last week we were here, and some storms and internet problems kind of took us out of a position to bring the race to the fans. And last week was a great race. So, Mark, first and foremost, we do want to apologize about that, but we'll get right to it, man. Third place finish here tonight. A lot of racing action out there. Turn 1 and 2 seemed to be a trouble point for a handful of guys. Did you have any issues behind the wheel yourself in 1 and 2?
Yeah, the car has a tendency of getting loose once the tires get a little bit too warm. And that's why you see some of the guys staying on the higher line, because it kind of helps you. First of all, it helps you build momentum out of the turn. But second of all, you shrub them a little bit less. So you keep them a little bit cooler that way. But you still have to be careful. It's tempting to just go all out once the tires warm up, and it's tempting, and it's not impossible to go through there full throttle, but you really don't want to do that because it'll snap on you in a heartbeat once those tires get a little bit too hot. So I had the same issues. That's why I kind of backed off at the end there. And, Rick was in a class of his own today. Paul did a really good job there in second position, and I just didn't want to risk hanging it in the fence as well.
Absolutely. Well, you will make some gains in the overall point standings with Chris Brown having a little bit of trouble here tonight. You're going to finish with a podium spot. You came into tonight's race just 1 point behind him, sitting in third, so it looks like you will indeed take over that second position. A handful of races still remaining, though, Mark. We've got, I believe it's going to be 3 more before we crown a Season 3 champion. Do you think there's a shot?
No, not really.
Okay,
I'm too far behind, and in fact, Rick's win tonight, he may have actually locked it up already. I don't know. He's the maximum that if he would score 0, and the next guy would score a wins and poles and most laps led all in a row, the best you can do is 66 points. In 3 races. So that's a tall order. I'm not sure exactly how much he's ahead coming into this race, but it's pretty close to that.
He's sitting about, it looks to be before tonight's race, I believe it's about 56 points ahead. So with tonight's race,
he's gaining another 6 tonight. Or more than that, because I'm third and he's a winner with the pole and the most laps led, so he's walking away with it. I think he's pretty close with wrapping it up here. So he's been doing a great job all season long. He's won a lot of races. He was just the quickest guy out there, and it's well deserved.
Well, Mark, it's always good to catch up with you at the end of these things. Always a class act and always very informative on the way these cars react out there on the track, as well as the way things break down and the points and things like that. So we do appreciate all the insights from a driver's standpoint and an owner's standpoint. We do appreciate everything you allow us to learn from you throughout the course of the season. Again, a great finish for you behind the wheel of that 61 machine. But before we let you go for the evening, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for sticking around despite the low car count. I'm kind of hoping we can get the drivers back interested in this. I think we have a pretty good thing running. I want to thank Bill Smitham for taking care of the website very swiftly every week. He's always very enthusiastic about everything. I want to thank iSplash for sponsoring the league, and all the drivers for showing up today.
All right, well, Mark, as always, until next time, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
We'll try. Thank you, Dave.
All right, there you go. Final few words from the man that walks away with the third and final spot on the podium tonight behind the wheel of his 61 Lotus machine. Marcellus Bruni will finish in third. That's going to move us right along the list of the man that I don't want to say shocked the world, but he put together one heck of a run and one heck of a finish. Gained the most positions throughout tonight's race. The man behind the wheel of that Valvoline 88 machine, Paul Crumry, will finish in the second position. Great run for the 88, and then we're going to jump right to it. He's still out there turning in some laps, giving these fans a little extracurricular run. We'll see if we can have a few words with our race winner, dominating performance here tonight. Rick, you having fun out there on the track still, are you?
Hey, what do you know? It's the man behind the microphone. It's Dave, baby, the guy we all know for Turn 3 Racing. Yeah, it's Dave. All right.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I mean, not as good as you. I mean, what is this, your fifth win on the season? Fifth or sixth?
I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. I know that there's been a few.
Yeah, I mean, an amazing run this season, Rick. First and foremost, though, we want to congratulate you on the dominating performance here tonight. You walked away with a pole position. You walked away with the most laps led. And to cap it off, you walked away with yet another checkered flag. So we're going to shift gears from that after recognizing that tonight's race win, this has sealed the deal. Mathematically, you are now untouchable. You will walk away the season champion for season number 3 here with the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. So how good is that to put the icing on top, so to speak?
I don't know what else to say except, I'm so excited. That's great, man. That's fantastic news. Thanks for giving it to me. Thanks to Marcellus Brunning for putting on this league. I don't know why we had such a low car count. This is a great league. We've had as high as like 22, 23 people, I think, and for some reason it just plummeted. I don't know. I don't understand that, but this was a good race. As far as I mean, this track was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was hard to get a hold of, but that's what makes it fun. You know, it was a challenging driver's track. The back end will get loose after a certain amount of laps. You got to sort of feather the throttle and just kind of balance the car in the corners. We were able to do that very well. We had a dynamite lap in qualifying. I mean, we were just on it. I was surprised to get the pole by that much, actually, especially on an oval. It's usually closer than that. But it's just a great race, you know, and I'm glad to see PK, my bud Paul Crumry, made the race tonight. It's good to see him up there, and we finished 1-2, so doesn't get any better than that.
Well, Rick, we're going to ask you a little bit of a, I don't want to say an unnecessary question, but kind of sort of. I mean, we've got about 3 races remaining here in season number 3. With the championship already wrapped up and sealed, how do you approach these next 3 weeks? Is it all about going out and seeing if you can string together 4 race-winning performances to walk away with that championship? Kind of grand slam the thing, you know what I mean?
Well, here's how we approach it. You ready? Here we go. I hope you can hear that. It's Rick Ravon's Season to Lose. Covered by Turn 3. Turn 3 Motorsports. Mark Brunning. Paul Crumry. Johnny Hamby. They'll all be going for it come next week. And the racetrack will be Watkins Glen. All right, let me turn this down. Hold on. Everybody knows that the old Paul Page intros from the late 80s, early 90s. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. You notice there's really no reason to stop the momentum, race any differently. You know, we're not being hyper aggressive. We're just running quick, running good, you know, safe laps. Try not to, you know, push it too hard and lose control, something like that. Because these cars are very delicate, very sensitive, as many have proved. And I've proved at Detroit, when I got a little on the curb and the car bounced over and hit the wall, and, you know, that was the end of my day there. But it's been a great season. Looking forward to the rest of it. It's good to know I wrapped up the championship because now the pressure's off. And again, I'm grateful to Mark Brunning for putting this on. I love these cars. It's as close as we'll come in iRacing for the near future. Anyway, I don't know if they have something planned. It'll be great if they do. But to having an actual Indy car, to driving an actual Indy car, and we're all IndyCar fans. That's why we do this, especially the old days. But I'm just looking forward to the rest of the season, man. I'm having a great time.
Well,
by the way, I want to say hello to everybody who's watching on Facebook. Hey, guys, I want to say hello to Grim Ganassi, my brother. Hope you enjoyed this one.
Well, Rick, again, congratulations on your race-winning performance here tonight, picking up indeed race win number 6 of the season, stealing the championship as well. We'll see if we can't add to that win column throughout the course of these next 3 weeks. But before we let you go, any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
I want to say hello. Thank you to Paul Page for everything he's done for me. Thank you to Al Unser Jr. I love you, brother. You're awesome. Thank you to Ron Krapensky. Thanks for giving me an opportunity. Hello to Doug Bowles, Charlie Patterson, and everybody out there who's watching right now. Thank you for supporting Rick Raybon. It means so much to me. Thank you.
All right, well, there you have it. Final few parting words from not just your race winner, but your Season 3 champion, Rick Raven, will lock up the points lead and the season championship with his win here tonight at the Lobster 80 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The one parks it in victory lane, and he will walk away with a little more hardware here in 3 more weeks. What a run, what a race, what a night here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So as you can hear the producers already beginning to hit those buttons in the background, you know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results, walking away with the race win here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway behind the wheel of that one machine. Your pole sitter, your lap leader, Rick Raven, will put a checkered flag in his back pocket. Paul Crumry will bring that 88 home in second, with Marcellus Bruning rounding out your podium here tonight. Jason Crumley back in fourth. Bill Smitham with mid-race trouble. The 55 falls to fifth. Austin Dabbs and the 2 will have some issues in 1 and 2, and Dabbs will finish 6th. 37 of Chris Brown will put the STP. Lotus 79 machine home in 7th, with newcomer Mike Zacher having some issues early here tonight. The 5 with a self-spin and some hard contact, and Zacher will call it a night with 8th place. Robert Love will finish out the 9-car field here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and we're going to get set to cut off the lights and roll up the cords and get ready to head to Watkins Glen. So if you haven't already, race fans, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. With us, myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.